Residents in several Chinese cities have recently experienced unusual surges in their gas bills, sparking outcry domestically and abroad. The trigger was what happened in the city of Chongqing, located in southwestern China. Many residents of the city have reported that following the replacement of gas meters, their gas usage has surged, doubling their gas bills. Some claim that their gas bill in March 2024 increased by more than 5 times.
终于变慢啦！昨天还是10几、20几、30几、40几、50几的狂跳，都是10位数，今天是个位数啊。
Another video shared by a citizen shows that the gas meter kept turning after the gas was turned off. This citizen said he happened to turn on the faucet and noticed that as soon as the faucet connected to the water heater was turned on, the gas meter began to run, even though it didn't ignite. One resident posted on Chinese social media that he went to the gas company and asked to do a test on the new smart meter. He wanted to see how it compared to the digital meter he used previously. He planned to burn gas for 30 minutes and considered it to be the most convincing test. However, the staff refused, saying it would be a non-compliant operation, dangerous and prone to mishaps. This customer removed the gas meter from the gas company and tested it at home in the presence of neighborhood residents. It proved that the gas company's smart meter was abnormal. For that, the gas company claimed that it was because the meter calculation method was different. Since then, more people have reported that after the replacement of the so-called smart gas meter, gas bills have surged suddenly and dramatically. The public information shows the meter replacement mostly took place at the end of 2023, but also around February 2024. Customers generally question the gas company for tampering with the meter. Gas meter overcharging has quickly rushed to the hot search. After the news broke, residents in many southern provinces of China have reported that their gas smart meters are problematic too. For example, residents of Chengdu, a metropolitan near Chongqing, found the same problem. On April 13, 2024, a Chengdu resident reported that 20 days after his gas meter was replaced, his gas bill rose up to more than 17,000 yuan or about 2,400 USD. Another customer described in a post on Chinese social media, "During my 2 months in Hainan, my vacant home in Chengdu generated more than 500 cubic meters of gas usage. I was in Hainan from January 13th to March 9th. The hot water system in my home was set to provide hot water for 3.5 hours in the morning, midday, and evening for domestic hot water only. Even if the domestic hot water heater wasn't shut off, nobody was using hot water. It's impossible to consume 8 cubic meters of gas daily." My neighbor A returned from a 3-month stay in the US and found that he had incurred a more than $280 gas bill. Another neighbor, B, who seldom cooks, found a gas bill of 360 cubic meters for 3 months. And another neighbor, C, compared this year's gas bill with last year's and found that this year's gas bill had gone up 50% from the same month last year. A Hefei netizen wrote that since the replacement of the new gas meter by City Gas Company, the fee had soared. How did the gas company manage to keep the charge the same for several periods in a row? A netizen from a southern city said, "The smart gas meter I got last year led to bills several times higher. I'm speechless. It's useless to call the company." When using gas in China, people need to pay attention to safety. Here, we remind you that you must also pay attention to internet safety. Let's take a minute to learn about how our client, Surfshark VPN, brings you a new experience of safe internet access.
Did you know that numerous countries now mandate that internet service providers retain citizens' online data and metadata on the government's behalf? Consequently, your online actions, browsing history, personal data, and geographical location could be monitored and logged at any moment. Surfshark VPN, your passport to an unrestricted internet experience. Surfshark envelopes all your online activities in military-grade encryption. It conceals your true identity, provides an alternate ID for added privacy, and upholds a stringent no-logs policy to ensure your browsing history, geographical data, and personal information remain confidential. If your emails, passwords, credit card details, or personal identification numbers are ever compromised, Surfshark promptly alerts you. Connect instantly to your preferred content and websites via the expansive network of over 3,200 servers in over 100 countries, regardless of your global location. Whether at home or on the go, Surfshark offers comprehensive digital protection across all your devices. A single subscription to Surfshark guarantees the online security of every electronic device owned by you and your family. Surfshark VPN stands as an assurance of your digital safety. To claim an exclusive offer and an extra 3 months of complimentary service, click the link in the video description and use the promo code China Insights to get the best deals. Surfshark VPN also provides a full refund if you are not completely satisfied within 30 days.
Okay, thank you for your patience. Now, let's get back to the video. On April 12th, Chongqing Gas released an announcement in an attempt to clarify. The announcement reads, "The company is replacing gas meters that have reached the end of their service life in accordance with relevant national safety and metering regulations. Gas meters used by the company have a quality certificate from the relevant verification institution. The company will arrange for special staff to investigate the problems reported by customers. At press time, no meteorological misalignment problems were found in the inspected gas meters." In addition, Chongqing Gas offered this explanation as to why the smart meters seemed to be abnormal. It said it included factors such as the old meter had failed to measure accurately for a long time due to aging. After installing the new meter, it gave people the wrong impression that the gas consumption had increased dramatically, as well as the factor that there might exist slight leakages at some users' gas pipes and joints. Chongqing Gas Group, the company at the center of the overcharging scandal, is a listed city gas company operating in 26 administrative districts in Chongqing and Baojing County in Hunan Province. Most of its customers are residential. The company is owned by China Resources, a state-owned enterprise. China Resource Gas is one of China's 5 leading city gas groups, and the state-run company won a 51% stake in Kunming Gas, the capital city of Yunnan Province, last year. According to public data, Chongqing Gas's net profit rose 824% in the fourth quarter of 2023, compared with the same period of the previous year. On April 12th, the public was outraged by the announcement made by Chongqing Gas. Under strong public pressure, the city's government announced that a number of government departments had set up a joint investigation team for the scandal. On April 19th, the Chongqing municipal government held a press conference on the gas investigation, admitting that Chongqing Gas Group and other gas companies had problems such as overcalculation and overcharging gas fees. Subsequently, the official website of Chongqing Gas Group issued a document removing Chede Chen from the post of Party Committee Secretary and General Manager of Chongqing Gas Group Company Limited, and proposed to the shareholders' meeting to remove him from the post of chairman. However, the director change is subject to the approval of the company's third special general meeting of 2024. Gas supply in China is provided by state-owned enterprises. For example, one of the main gas suppliers in Chengdu is Chengdu Gas, which is owned by Chengdu State Capital. Residential gas consumption accounts for about 70% of its business. Feedback from Chinese netizens shows that people's trust in the CCP government has gone down the drain. One netizen mocked, "Remove this official from his post at the gas group and transfer him to the water group, right?" The implication is that once the news fizzles out, this official who is considered to have contributed significantly to the company can be transferred to another lucrative company, the Water Group, which continues to help shear money from the Chinese people. Many netizens have resonated with this comment. One comment read, "It's quite possible that he will be transferred to whichever district or county as a deputy governor." One netizen pointed out that this is how social trust is eroded bit by bit. A Chongqing netizen said angrily, "It must be investigated rigorously. In my household, it's basically just my mom and dad. Last month, I was charged twice for natural gas, nearly US $70. Am I running a restaurant in my house?" More netizens asked, "Then why on earth did the gas company's profit explode by 824%? Shouldn't a criminal case be opened? May I ask what should be done about organized crime under the criminal law?" Later, a netizen from Chongqing shared a short video in which he described how today the gas meter resumed its previous rate of speed. The meter has finally slowed down. Yesterday, it was still going at a speed of 30, 40, and 50, all in the tens-digit range. Today, it is single-digit, remote-controlled meter. My goodness. This video exhibits the big problem with the so-called smart gas meter, that is, why the speed of the meter slows down after the government has stepped in and conducted an investigation. Is it possible to control how meters work remotely? Chinese netizens concluded that fees would skyrocket on the three main meters: water, electricity, and natural gas, as well as on gas meters at gas stations. Indeed, in cities like Chengdu and Chongqing, smart gas meters are out of control, and more netizens are reporting the same problem with their water and electricity meters. For example, in cities like Chongqing and Zhengzhou, netizens have reported that after installing a new water meter, the meter will run on its own and generate fees even though there is no usage. One will be charged whether there is usage or not. It can be said that the Chinese government's new drivers of consumption have become the electricity meter, the water meter, and the gas meter. How the CCP regime has harvested the Chinese public as chives over and over again has been taken to a new level. This is a prediction from a blogger on Douyin, the Chinese version of TikTok. It seems that people must spend money, like it or not. The time has come for utilities to go up across the board, and the increase may not be small. Why? The year 2021 was the peak year for land sale revenue. The national revenue from land sales was 8.7 trillion yuan. Last year's figure was 5.8 trillion yuan, a difference of 2.9 trillion, a very big difference. So many places are running short of money. What can be done? Everyone, watch what'll happen. First, the price of water rose. After 10 years, Shanghai has once again raised the price of water by more than 50%. Guangzhou's new program has water increased by nearly 34%. There are also places like Xianyang, Wuhu, Nanchang, Guangzhou, Chujing, and so on. They've all gone up by 10 to 50%. Second, the price of gas has risen. Chongqing gas caused a big scandal because there was no transparency. In fact, 125 cities and counties such as Shenzhen, Fuzhou, Zhenjiang, etc. have also announced an increase in the price of natural gas. Thirdly, the price of electricity has gone up as well. Guangdong, Hunan, Anhui, and Jiangsu have all announced plans to adjust electricity prices. The highest rate of increase is up to 30%. More places will follow in the future, so the wave of price increases for utilities is already happening. How much will it go up? A bond broker analyzed the situation and said that the price of electricity and water in China was still on the low side, and that it could go up at least 3 times. Chongqing's public budget revenue in 2023 was 244.1 billion yuan, and expenditures were 530.5 billion. It also has massive local debt. Its matured obligation amounted to 71.2 billion yuan, which had to be repaid. When its revenue couldn't cover its expenditures, not to mention repaying the debt, how can it make up for the gap? Along with the drastic shrinkage of fiscal revenue, the price of water, electricity, and gas for the common people are bound to rise sharply. But a move like what the Chongqing Gas Group did, which directly tripled the speed of gas meters, is still beyond people's imagination. The Chongqing government has admitted it without shame, and it doesn't even hold anyone liable. As China's economy steps into its recession years, the top echelons of the CCP and local governments at all levels have no way to cope. All they can think of is to have the losses spread and paid for by the society. In this process, the Chinese people will feel more and more pain because the weaker the group, the more they bear. The whole society is entering a state of extremely painful disorder. A netizen quoted a CCP line mockingly. No matter how big the difficulty is, divided by 1.4 billion people, it's no longer a problem. While another comment followed up. Analogy made, no matter how small the rate of increase is, when multiplied by 1.4 billion people, the profit is considerable. The problem is that the more prices increase, the more it overwhelms the people. For example, small vendors have to deal with various government departments' extortion and blackmail, ranging from taxation to firefighting and so on. And one of the most direct and brutal ways they are treated is by the notorious Chengguang urban bylaw officers. Chengguang is a monstrosity of China's legal system. Its full name is Urban Management and Administrative Law Enforcement Team. It was established in accordance with the administrative penalty law promulgated in 1996. Cheng Guang steps into areas such as city appearance and sanitation, urban planning, landscaping, municipal affairs, environmental protection, business administration, traffic management, and other functional departments of the city. Its biggest job is to issue fines. Thus, Cheng Guang doesn't need to do anything else but be a specialized agency for handing out fines with a lot of authority. For example, on the website of the Beijing Municipal Urban Management Bureau, they have the authority to impose as many as 285 administrative penalties. But don't assume that Cheng Guang is so dedicated to memorizing 285 administrative penalties and enforcing them. In reality, they don't bother to memorize any. They only need to remember one rule: go after vulnerable groups who are living on the edge of the city and are struggling to make a living.
这是城管在大车上抢货，你们看一下啊。可以啊，你们看一下啊。
This is Cheng Guang, the bylaw officers looting the big truck. Take a look. This is Cheng Guang, the bylaw officers looting the big truck. Pay attention, friends. Cheng Guang is equivalent to bandits. I'm filming it. I'll send it to the mayor. I want to see how these bylaw officers operate. Keep on looting.
我看着你们抢，来，继续。
A piece of surveillance footage from April 16, 2024 shows vendors on the street in a certain area ran away from Cheng Guang's patrol, and stores along the street quickly closed down upon seeing them. Here is a street stall owner in eastern China. Cheng Guang confiscated her stall when patrolling. This woman wasn't about to surrender her stall and the food willingly. She gave out the pancakes she was selling to the crowd. Not only pancakes, but also chicken. On April 18th, at a health school in Jiangxi province, the school's security guards didn't allow street vendors in front of the school and tore down the vendor's payment code posted on the stall. The two sides got into an argument, and the vendor threw all the chicken drums he was selling into the school in a rage, triggering looting by the students. Later, this school released an announcement saying, "As a next step, our school will strengthen campus management. While ensuring food safety, we will further enrich the meal options in the school cafeteria and increase the number of takeout drop-off points to meet the diversified dietary needs of students." At present, the popular electric bicycle is the hardest hit by fines. On April 16th, a man in Hainan province shared a video saying that his electric vehicle was seized by the traffic police due to a violation of the law. He paid 2,200 yuan, or more than $300 in fines on the day. He went to pick up his vehicle but found that the battery was missing from the vehicle, which means that the traffic police had stolen the battery part. Afterward, the man was interviewed and said, "The battery is gone, and the staff asked me to prove that there was a battery in the vehicle, so the reporter helped to call the staff."
I will try to find a way to return the battery to him. Let the person come here and look for the director. Then he should take care of this matter.
What else can be done to mitigate the difficulties for government departments that are short of money? Keep a close eye on the government purse strings and try to find ways to prevent people from collecting their benefits that they are entitled to. On April 20th, 2024, in a city in Hunan province, an 83-year-old woman went to the Social Security office with her ID card to renew her Social Security in person. After some dilly-dallying, the staff asked her to hold up a newspaper of the day and her ID card to prove that she was still alive. Perhaps the staff wanted to find a way to deter this old woman from renewing her Social Security. Finally, let's take a look at a fire. There have been a lot of fires in China, but in recent years, a particular phenomena has been that the fires have been directed at government facilities. Video footage circulating on Chinese social media shows a building under construction in China's Jilin city catching fire on April 15th this year. There were no reports of this in the official Chinese media. There was no way to know whether it was an accident or an arson. Government buildings are supposed to be the most fire-safe of all buildings, and certainly with the most guaranteed quality. One wonders if the government building was chosen because the people at the social bottom are in despair and have nowhere to vent their grievances.